I just became an official Gabonese citizen, African citizen. My daughter just became a citizen. Mama, did you become a Gabonese citizen, Mama?
Hold on.
Mama.
Let me get my passport.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cadence, did you become an African citizen today? Gabonese citizen?
Show me right, what it looks like.
Wow.
The whole family.
Whole family.
Oh, yes.
Africans. Ladies and gentlemen, land, exercise, that's a universal language. We are the most resourceful and creative people on earth. Look at this. I don't ever want to hear nobody complaining ever again in life that you can't do something, that you can't exercise. We too creative, baby. Gabon, Libreville. Ladies and gentlemen, I just became an official citizen of Gabon, of Africa. I am a loyal citizen of Zamunda. I mean Gabon. This is the greatest day of my life. My life. And Wakanda. All of that. Wait, we can't show everybody on the internet. We can't show them. Yeah, they don't need to know all my personal information. Thank you, sir. My daughter just became a citizen. Mom.
I've been to several countries in Africa and felt like, I was in, I went to Congo, I went to Djibouti, Rwanda, Nairobi, Kenya, South Africa. I was been in a lot of those places. Well, when I'm in Eritrea and places like that, I stick out like a sore thumb. Or do they really feel like we're connected with? Until I went to Ghana, in Benin and places like that. Everything changed. Like what happened was I found out, I got roots in kind of that's my lineage. But I'm not one of those people who just like is going to get on the bandwagon. I'm back in Mother Africa and all this kind of stuff. But one thing that occurred to me, for me, I can only speak for me. But when I went back and the way I felt, man, I wish this for anybody black living in this country. I think you free yourself and you see yourself in a different way when even if you say, which I think the right answer is, when somebody says, where are you from? And you go, I actually don't know where my historical African roots are, but my great-grandfather was from North Carolina or whatever. That frees you to know that there's more to your story. Mm. But when I went back there, it felt different from every place else because I felt like, oh shoot, when I landed in Ghana and I looked around, I'm like, these look exactly like American black people right now. And to know that we weren't slaves, man. We were absolutely talented farmers and technical people, because that was the industry in Africa. You had to know how to farm. They kidnapped successful working people. I'm not that guy because there's not something in me that feels like something's missing and I got to put that in there. Till I realized, and I went there, I can never look at myself the same. And oh my goodness, like I said, I wish that for everybody.
I'm saying all of us. Yeah. We're gonna do it. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. We'll do this. Somebody text. Yeah. Everything.
The dream was always to come to the continent of Africa because it's my homeland. America's my home, but this is my homeland. I always wanted to own land here and set my foot on this soil and be a part of it because, you know, they took us.
This is the motherland. I cannot wait to go. And then I'm on my way to another part of Africa, which you never see on TV. It never promoted. It's never on social media. I'm going to Zanzibar. I'm going to Zanzibar, and I'm excited. Zanzibar has the clearest water, more clear than Turks, more clear than the Maldives. Zanzibar is a predominantly black country. Africa, Muslims. You never see any advertising, promo, social media presence on Zanzibar, and yet it is the hottest tourist attraction, period. But should I go to Zimbabwe? Should I go to Nigeria? Should I go to Cape Town?
Welcome back, family, wherever you are watching from. I'm the Kenyan diaspora here, and we need to speak something here. And I'm so surprising, and I love all that is happening today. There is a clip I came across one day when there is a white Gen Z that was saying that if Africans can be serious, if the black community entirely can be serious, then it is very easy for them to overtake Europe, America, Asia, and maybe become the superpower. This will only become an economically, and we have seen what is happening today here. All the videos that I'm trying to show you, these are the videos of the major and the great celebrities from Europe, from America. And why are they relocating back here in Africa? Many of them you've seen, many of them have come here and they are trying to speak out their experience here in Africa, how they have been feeling since they arrived here in Africa. And many of them have been issued a identity that shows that they are Africans. Many of them have relocated to countries like Ghana, and there are now official citizens of Ghana. So what do this reflect? Because when you go to the American economy, you know, music industry has done a lot in economy of America, and then major number or the great number of the music artists that are doing good in America, that are boosting up economy through music industry, most of them are black Americans. And you know, all these black Americans have their roots, have their original backgrounds, have their original and ancestral home, which is Africa. They have lived in Africa for many years. They were born there, they were raised there, and they have find themselves living there. They call America a home, but they still say that Africa is their home ground, is their origin. So they have every reason to come and trace their identical home ground here in Africa. That's why you see many of them are coming here, and they're so happy for them, for the some of them for the first time visiting here in Africa. As I show you the picture of this guy, he was just kneeling to the motherland, African soil. Very overwhelming as he has arrived here in Africa. Let me tell you something, you know, today, everything for any country to stand and be strong, for any country to be strong and you know, economy to be. There is a day I remember when there is a day Donald Trump said that all Africans has to go back to their countries, or they can go and build up their countries. And I think this is the time. This is the time. They have been telling the lies, the true, the false statements, false about Africa. They have been telling all this just to make sure that they limit all Africans, Americans who are in Africa. They, in other side, they are still mistreating these people in America, but still they don't want them to come back here in Africa. Why are they doing this? So that's where we are getting confused, because when they come here in Africa, they don't want them to come. But when still they live in America, they're passing through a lot, because I've come across the video of a black American yesterday where he was handled brutally with the police in America. And this guy was just in a car, and the cops just came and asked him to come out. Before he was even responded, the windows was already broken, the car door broken, and the guy was taken out forcibly, beaten thoroughly. So I was like, why do they have to do this to this guy? Because I never see any crime that he has committed, because just the guy was just relaxing in the car. So why does they have to do such action to this guy? You know, it comes a time we just put some things besides, and try to focus in humanity, because you are a human just like me. So why do you have to harass me, threaten me, treat me just like an animal? Even the animals in the jungles, they have sometimes mercy to others. They know how to treat themselves. They live well. You might find sometimes even the gazelles passing across the lions, but sometimes they just leave her alone and maybe go on its way. So, but at this time, the world is all full of eruption.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here. I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No, don't. Get on the ground.
Stop fighting!
Put your hands on your back.
Put your hands up!
The world is full of violence. No one wants to see someone else. No one wants to see the other person. So all that the black people have been passing through in America, it has come to the point where they feel like it is better they go back to where they belong. It is good for them to go back to where they belong, because, you know, when they are here in Africa, they feel they are in a place that they deserve to be. Because when these people arrive here in Africa, they are being welcomed and receiving a warm welcome from Africans. They put their celebrations, they welcome, they cheer them, they love them, they take photos with them. So that means that they are so loved here in Africa, and that's why I see many of them are making their ways to come here in Africa. And as African who live in Africa, you know, what I can tell the world is that Africa was meant to be great. Africa was meant to be good. Before some people sat in a certain place and started to divide Africa, making new policies that was only to limit some people not to do some things. It was good and it was better. So we have to go back and try to do all that was being done those days, and that was make Africa to be seen as a beautiful continent, as a good place for where many people lived in peace, harmony, and they loved each other.
We are not divided by culture, nor by history, but by borders drawn without our consent. These borders, designed to keep us weak and separate, have denied us our true identity as Africans. It is time to tear down these barriers and declare a new era of unity and belonging. The time is now that we took responsibility for the mess we find ourselves in. Why become importers when we can become exporters? Why do we import finished products that we once owned as raw materials? Instead of asking why, I think the time is now for the world to marvel at the work Africa can do and say, wow, wow, wow. It's time that we turn the story around ourselves.